Hello, dear students. Welcome to KLS Kopti College of Commerce. Myself, Professor S.B. Bendigeri, Department of Economics, taking online classes for third semester students. This is the second video of first unit of Industrial Economics. In the first video, we have discussed about the meaning and the factors influencing industrialization. In this second video, let us have a discussion on the factors which are affecting or else inhibiting the industrial development. It means why there is no possibility of industrialization in few countries of the world. Most of the countries are facing many problems for the development of industrial sector because of several reasons. Basically, the countries like India and other Asian continental countries are facing burning problem of industrialization. These problems are nothing but which are affecting the industrial development in a particular country. Those factors which are inhibiting industrialization are broadly classified into four categories. Out of those four categories, the first category of factors inhibiting industrialization are economic factors. And again, economic factors are subdivided into several parts. In economic factors, the first factor which inhibits the industrialization of the country, that is lack of capital. In countries like India and other Asian continental countries, which are mainly labor-oriented countries, in these countries, it is very difficult to mobilize capital formation for the development of industries. And industrialization is a part and parcel of capital. It is capital-oriented sector. Without capital, nothing can be done, and there is no possibility of industrialization. Because of that, there is no possibility of economic development of the country. So capital has become the life and blood for industrial sector. It is not depending on nature. Industrial sector is not depending on nature. It is completely depends upon the supply of capital of a country. The amount of supply of capital decides the rate of industrialization in different countries. So because of that, the countries like India, China supposed to be, are facing the problem of lack of capital. Due to that, there is no possibility of industrialization. Coming to the second economic factor, that is inadequate supply of infrastructure. Infrastructure, on the other hand, is also equally important for the development of industrialization. Industrialization requires different types of infrastructure. Infrastructure is nothing but the facilities which are available to the entrepreneur to increase industrial output. For example, roads, transportation, communication, building, electricity, fuel, marketing facilities, raw materials. So, n number of facilities are very much important for the development of industrialization. But in most of the countries, these facilities are not available on time. Sometimes these facilities are available, and in some other times there is no proper availability of these infrastructure facilities. If there is a sustainability in the availability of these infrastructure, there is no doubt there is a possibility of industrialization in the country. So due to inadequate supply of infrastructure, there is no possibility of industrialization. Coming to the third economic factor which affects industrialization is inadequate specialized institutions. In India, there are different types of banks, financial institutions, but they are not providing finance to the industrial sector whenever and wherever it is required. While advancing loans to the industrial sector, the bankers are expecting the good returns from the industrial sector, and they are always looking at the repayment capacity of the industries. Because of that, most of the financial institutions are not coming forward to advance loans to the industrial sector, because industrial sector is mainly depending upon finance. But India is financially very poor country, and even though most of the financial institutions are not providing proper finance to the development of industries. So because of that, it is also partially responsible for the industrialization. That is the factor which inhibits industrialization. Coming to the next economic factor, that is lack of modern technology. Usually, industrial sector and also all other sectors nowadays very much require the technology. Technology is nothing but it minimizes the time and cost of the production, which are very much important to increase the output in a given period of time. But in countries like India and China and other Asian continental countries, it is very difficult to adopt modified technology in agricultural sector and even in industrial sector and also tertiary sector. But the question is, there is no application of mind to adopt modified technology in industrial sector to increase the overall output of the industry. So because of that, lack of technology is also hinders the industrialization of the country. Coming to the next one, small size of market. Here, the marketing facility for industrial produce is very much important. It must be nearer to the production sector, and production unit must be either nearer to the market center or else nearer to the material center. Then only there is a possibility of increase in the industrial produce. But in India, most of the entrepreneurs are not creating market for their own products. It is because of their lack of understanding, it is because of their lack of knowledge, education. So it goes with their psychological understanding. So creation of market is also very much important for the industrialization. But in India, we are facing the problem of lack of marketing size. So these are all about the economic factors of the industrialization which affects its development. Coming to the second main factor which inhibits industrialization is socio-demographic factors. Out of it, The first socio-demographic factor is rapid growth of population. India is known for its own population. It is standing in the second rank in the world's population, next to China. So Indian population is increasing like anything. India is the richest country in the world, but its inhabitants are very, very poor. As population of the country increasing in a geometrical procession, it is very difficult to provide the necessary requirements for the development of industries. As population of the country increases, the dependency burden goes on increases. If such is the condition, it is very difficult to provide the capital formation for the development of industries. Coming to the second socio-demographic feature which inhibits industrialization is increase in the consumption and decrease in the savings. Especially when the population of the country increases, there requires huge amount of consumption. As consumption goes on increases, its next effect is on the savings. Savings are part and parcel of industrial profit. As profit increases, there is an increase in the savings. But the maximum amount of profit, if it is consumed by themselves, there is no possibility of increase in the savings. If savings are less, investment automatically sloping downwards. Due to decrease in the investment, there is a possibility of decrease in the supply of capital for the development of industries. So, when the population of the country is increasing in a geometrical procession and food production in a arithmetical procession, there is no doubt one or the other day, country will definitely face the problem of production, not only in agriculture sector, but also in industry and service sector. Coming to the third socio-demographic factor, that is low level of productivity in agriculture. As I mentioned earlier, for the development of industries, the development of agriculture is also equally important, because most of the industries are depending upon agriculture raw materials. If there is a possibility of agricultural development, it encourages, it influences development in the industrial sector. I will tell you one example for that. Take the example of jute industry, or else sugar industry, rubber industry, tea and coffee industry. All these are agriculture products, but these are the raw materials for industrial sector. Without these raw materials, jute industry, rubber industry, sugar industry, these are not developing. Because of that, for the development of industrial sector, agricultural development is equally important. But in India, more than 72% of India's population is depending upon agriculture. So the dependency burden on agriculture increases day by day. It is not a good sign, not only in the development of agriculture, but also in the development of industries. So because of that, lack of agriculture product development is also partially responsible for the factors affecting industrialization. Coming to the next socio-demographic factor, that is restriction of mobility of labor. In countries like India, India is known for its own religion, beliefness, customs, civilizations, and family restrictions. Most of the families are not interested to send their family members to work in different sectors. They have their own family restrictions. They always believe in God. Even though if anybody is having their own hidden talent, they are not able to showcase that due to the family restrictions. So, family restrictions on the labor force is also a main factor which hinders industrialization. Coming to the next one, that is lack of entrepreneurial ability. In India, most of the industrial owners, entrepreneurs, they are not properly educated. They are not well educated. And most of the entrepreneurs are not well trained. And they are not able to apply their mind in industrial sector to increase industrial produce. So industrial sector requires application of mind, science and technology, entrepreneurial ability, knowledge, education. These are the basic requirements for the development of industries. But in India, we are lacking in all these areas. Coming to the next one, unproductive expenditure. Unproductive expenditure is nothing but when the government is spending huge amount of money without any expectations. Expectation in the sense profit. One side public expenditure is go on increases, but on the other side there is no returns from that. That is called as unproductive expenditure. For example, government is paying widower pension, development of gardens, and Miss World contest, organizing Miss World contest. By these areas, there is no expected profit. If government is spending huge amount of money on these areas, there is no possibility of profit. That is called as unproductive expenditure. Coming to the next main important factor, third important main factor which affects industrialization is administrative factors. Administrative factors, again, subdivided into three categories. Out of that, first one is inefficient administration in public sector. Public sector is nothing but the sector which is owned and managed by either state or central government. In this sector, most of the workers are not showing their own interest in the work, and they are waiting for only their payment, their promotion, their pension, that is 3 Ps. And sometimes they are also waiting for the hourly bill and monthly bill and bill. If they are waiting for these, there is no possibility of development in the industrial sector. So, lack of administrative knowledge, lack of administrative interest is also partially responsible for the factors affecting industrialization. Coming to the next administrative factor, that is heavy taxation. If the government is imposing taxes on different goods and services, is also evaluates, measures the rate of industrialization. When the government is adopting the canons of taxation policy, which means imposition of tax on time, imposition of tax on specified goods and services, imposition of suitable, affordable tax rate on the industrial produce. These are the most important aspects of imposition of tax. If government is not following these canons of taxation and imposing continuous imposition of heavy taxation is not a good sign for industrialization. Coming to the next one, that is lack of labor policy. Periodic implementation of labor policy is also equally important for the development of industrialization. But in India, we are following the same old labor policy. There is no implementation and there is no revisions in that labor policy. And government is not looking forward for the sake of development of labors. So, due to lack of timely implementation of labor policies, there is no possibility of industrialization in the country. Coming to the last main factor which affects industrialization in India is international factors. Sometimes industrialization or else industrial development is not possible not only by the domestic factors but also by some external factors. It means sometimes external factors are also hinders, affects, inhibits the industrialization of the local industries, for example. It is because of, again, several reasons. These international factors are divided into three important categories. First one is heavy production cost due to old technology. If an entrepreneur is not able to import modified technology and equipments from the Western countries due to not able to pay for importation taxes. If he is following the same old outdated method of production, there is no possibility of increase in the exports. Exports becomes minimum and imports are become stronger. So due to that, due to heavy production cost because of adoption of old and outdated technology, there is no possibility of industrial development. Coming to the second international factor, that is imposition of tariffs and quotas on necessary imports. When government is imposing the import tax, it is very much important to take care of on which products tax must be imposed. If government is not taking care of these necessary imports while imposition of tax, again it is become very difficult to bring development in the industrialization. So, when the government is not imposing heavy tax on necessary imports, then there is a possibility of industrial development. Coming to the last factor, that is international factor which affects industrialization, is import of capital and machines creates unfavorable balance of payments. Unfavorable balance of payments is nothing but when the country's exports are become less than its imports, that is called unfavorable balance of payments. Here, balance of payments is nothing but it is the merchandise difference between countries' exports and imports of both visible and invisible items. If country is not able to bring balance in these areas, there is no possibility of balanced balance of payments. Sometimes this BOP position will be unfavorable when we are importing huge amount of capital and equipments from other countries. Importation of capital and equipments from other countries is also not a good sign for industrial development. So because of that, it is also partially responsible for the factors affecting industrialization. With this, we'll stop for today's online class, and remaining topic of the first unit of this industrial development of industrial economics subject, we shall discuss in the next online classes. Till then, thank you very much.